Kilo 8 Germany, Kilo 8 Germany, one more time. Okay, Kilo 8 Germany, Quebec, thank you very much. Your signal report is at 5x5, 55, Kilo now. Okay, thank you for the 5x5 from West Virginia. Thank you very much for the Charlie, Quebec. Kilo Oscar 4, Kilo Oscar 4. I missed the suffix. I have Kilo Oscar 4, Bravo, question mark. Okay, there it is. Thank you very much. 5x5, this is your report, 5x5. My name is Raul, Radio America, United Lima. Here you go. Okay, there it is. Thank you very much for the contact. 73. Yours at Kilo Papa 4, Charlie Quinn. Calling CQ here. This Kilo Papa 4, Charlie, Quebec. Team Peter 4, Charlie, Quebec. Kilo Papa 4, Charlie, Quebec. Calling the frequency and standing by. Whiskey Alpha 4, Yankee Bravo Papa. Thank you for coming back. The signal report is 5x9, 5x9, QSL. Okay, thank you for the 5x9 from Shelby, Alabama. You mean Shelby, Alabama? North Carolina. Okay, thank you very much, my friend. For the contact, thank you for the 5x9. You also 5x9 picking 10 dB. Picking 10 dB. Okay, thank you very much for the contact, my friend. Base 73. Buenas tardes. Choices. Kilo Papa 4, Charlie Quinn. Choices. Fontro Yankee America, right? Fontro Yankee America, give me your full call.
Yeah.
Okay, November 2, Fontro, other station please stand by. November 2.
Yeah. Show you right.
There it is.
Oh, there it went.
Yeah.
Easy come, easy go.
Oh, well, you're still not working, huh? I guess you'll be going back next week.
Or maybe not.
gonna act up already? I thought I fixed it. Darn it!
It sounds like you're transmitting on 100 milliwatts again.
Yeah. I figured it was the relay. And I bent the contacts a little bit and made some minor corrections. But I was going to see how long it lasted tonight. It may not last very long at this rate.
It's not even not even just now, Wall. Just now it's straight up 8 o'clock. Time for Classic Radio Roundup on Channel 13. You know the frequency, 27115 on the AM radio dial.
That's right. Oh, there it goes. It's time for Classic Radio Roundup. 27.115 on your AM radio dial. You should buy yourself a Galaxy.
You need to stick with that hollow state glowing glass tube junk.
Last tonight. It is not going to last. This is not going to be good. Oh, no. Good.
Yeah, you should be running that good old hollow state antique flea market tube junk. Hello, Green Dragon.
Hey there, Spitfire. I hear him running this 100 milliwatts. It's done. Yeah, you go out, get yourself a good quality Galaxy, and you're ready to go.
That's an oxymoron right there. Quality and Galaxy don't go together.
I figure I just gotta harass him for a while, yeah. Oh, well. I know how that works. You think you got it fixed, you put it off to the side for a couple of days, and you come back, and you're right there where you were before. Yeah, buy a Midland, they're the best. Talk a mile and yell the rest.
Well, I'm working this glowing glass antique Shakespeare 740.
Oh, you're giving the super satellite a break tonight.
Yeah, I ran it. It's time to rotate some others. I do like this Shakespeare.
Yeah, Shakespeare. It makes you want to sing Hamlet or something.
I would have loved this thing in the early 80s. You know, the D104 on it. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I had my Comstat in the 70s with a D104 on it. Of course, it got robbed of its modulation percentage because the guy that had it before me jumped out the plate limiting resistor so I could get 6 watts of output power, which at the time I thought was cool. 6 watts, yes! But I was wondering why I only got 85% modulation out of it. Well, I know why.
Yeah, back then it was all about the carrier power. Didn't leave yourself, didn't nobody left room for headroom. But we know better now.
Yeah, the radio sounds so much better now when it's putting out 3 watts and a full 100% modulation. Make yourself known better.
Well, this Shakespeare is unbutchered, golden screwdrivered, untouched, stone stock, original condition. All the fingernail polish is still in all the cans. All the tubes are original. It's unbelievable. It's like a time capsule.
Yeah, it's a good thing. You know, I always wanted to get a radio that's cosmetically pristine. I don't particularly care if the electronics are, 100%. I want the cosmetics to be like showroom condition, because I can always fix the other stuff. Cosmetics are a lot harder.
Well, this is showroom condition inside and out. Still got the original air filter.
I'm wrong. Maybe this isn't a bad relay. Maybe there's a coupling cap or something that's AFU. I don't know, though.
I thought you said it was a power problem from your audio install.
Well, I suspected that first, but I mean, the power meter on the radio stays up. If I pull the leads to the final and the driver, the power meter drops. So it's not power, it's coupling. It's not, the power doesn't make it all the way to the antenna jack. So, you know, it goes through the relay. So I assume maybe the relay contacts were getting a little funny. But maybe it's something else. I looked for cold solder joints, didn't seem to see any, but you never know.
Only the shadow knows.
Only the sandbaggers know. There's no.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, there it goes. It went out on me again.
Funny because I hear you with your 100 milliwatts, and yeah. Well, you'll get it fixed. It takes time. Or you just might get upset like I did and just had enough of it and say, okay, it's time to replace all this shit.
I like this radio. One way or another, I'm going to get this thing working.
Well, that's what I did with my Dwight. It worked, and then I put it off to the side and turned it on a few days later, and there was another capacitor that decided to leave.
Well, you know.
Yeah, so I finally had it and said okay, and replaced all the capacitors. Now it works. Audio isn't the greatest, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, you need to up a couple of those audio coupling caps. Give yourself a little bit more bass, because I think that radio's a little lacking in low end.
Yeah, I got that's a project for, I won't say in another life, but that's another project at some point. At least the radio's working, and I can pull it out and plug it in, and I don't have to worry about it not working.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, I don't know. Specifications are subject to change without any prior written notice.
Terms and conditions apply.
Check state and local listings for rules and regulations.
Yes, check local listings for theater times and locations.
No money back guarantees.
Yes, check your listings for features and times. And employees and their families of Channel 13 are ineligible for any prizes. Well, according to the circuitry here, there is no coupling caps between the final and the output. These are all coils. The caps go to ground. Nice low pass filtering we got here. So, sounds like there's skip in here. Good grief.
Oh yeah, there is. It's all Puerto Rican skip. I dialed up on 10 meters and Puerto Rico's coming in loud and clear.
Oh no, Puerto Mexicubans.
And they're bleeding me over from somewhere. I didn't go looking for them.
I think they're coming in from 11 when I hear some crap up there.
Well, if it's Puerto Mexicubans, it's probably on Channel 9. They seem to like being on 9. Like thumbing their nose at the man.
Yep, it's Channel 9.
There you go.
What's going on, guys?
It's Wednesday night. It's Classic Radio Roundup, and hey, we're doing it.
How you doing, Spitfire? Uncle Dave?
Top of the evening. Good to hear you. It's been a while.
Yes, sir, it has.
Well, that's good. You building up your equipment again?
Oh, well, not the equipment, the antenna, basically. We moved, and it took me a while to get everything up and going.
Oh, you moved. Did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't go far. I can actually see my old house from the new one.
Oh, wow. Long distance move. You don't even need a moving truck. You just kind of like walk down the street.
Yeah, well, I had my tractor with the corn hauling stuff down, so that's how close it is.
Hand trucks and tractors.
Yeah, there we go.
Whatever it takes to get the job done.
You betcha.
Yeah, you can even run a U-Haul. Boy, they won't be able to charge you much for mileage.
No, a couple gallons of gas in the tractor.
Be more mileage to and from the U-Haul dealer.
Yeah, probably. I just wanted to come in and say hi. I heard you guys in there. You guys were talking about the Spanish speaking folk. Yeah, they're down on Channel 9.
Yeah, that's where they usually are. Thumbing their nose at the man.
Yeah, I don't understand why they're down on that channel, but then again, maybe they don't understand. Which would be politically correct.
Well, that's their excuse. If anybody ever calls them on it. Oh, we didn't know. We don't understand.
And somebody's out there probably trying to broadcast because they need help and they can't.
Well, if they speak Spanish, they'll be right in there.
Yeah, done for. So, how's everybody making out during this virus thing going on?
They're spending a lot of time sprucing up the house.
Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, I was only off for a week and I had to go back. But, everybody safe and healthy?
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm safe and healthy, and I don't really interact with anybody else anyway.
Yeah, I hear ya.
If I want to interact, I'll interact with you on my CB radio. Come on.
Yeah, I hear ya. Yeah, I got a small net, or a small clan, I should say, of friends, but, hell, we don't even get together too much anymore. But, yeah, good to hear. Glad nobody's, under the weather and hooked up to a ventilator or anything.
Nice.
Gebroken. Ich bin einer Berliner.
Yeah, fearless leader.
See, Kyle.
Yeah, but what did Kyle do to you?
Deutsch. That'll get him off the channel, huh?
Yeah, chingo su madre.
Cinco de Mayo on Taco Tuesday, brought down by the coronavirus.
Oh, God, that's hilarious. That was so damn funny.
How about it?
Yeah, I love a good irony.
What is the De Mayo? How can you sink a De Mayo?
Yes, you did. 1 pound.
No comprende.
Yeah, no speak of the spick.
Is that Blue Max I heard out there?
Ja, sprechen Sie Deutsch, ja?
Hello, Blue Max. Welcome to Classic Radio Roundup.
Guten Abend. Wie bist?
Yeah.
Ja.
Get down, get funky.
you and Pete are running basically the same radio then.
There's a lot of these guys out here that sound like him now. Lafayette and I don't know, and I think I saw like three others that almost looked exactly the same. This guy's out there talking.
Yeah, a whole lot of Panasonic chassis out there.
Yeah, Shakespeare 740.
That's basically the same thing as the Yellowbird.
Hey, that's right. You guys, you have to get a copy of Double D returning.
The one that came between your trailer and your house?
Yeah, and it was 85 feet. I finally got it all cleaned up this afternoon. And I did not work on Tuesday. I was so kicked in the ass. I didn't do anything on Tuesday. I finished it up today, and it is done. I kicked that son of a gun in the ass.
Well, it remains to be seen if it really kicked you in the ass.
Oh, it did, but I got good drugs. Trees don't have drugs. Everybody up here in Double D, we're trying.
Give me drip.
I hear you, Double D, but you're not sounding too good.
Yeah, we're up a small rubber ducky in my car.
Man, it's squealing. You're Hatfielding all over the place.
That any better?
No.
I tuned in the center.
Would you say you're running a rubber ducky inside your car? Where are you at?
I'm on top of my car. I'm in my driveway.
Yeah, it's feeding back somehow, some way, man. It's squealing.
How about that?
Nah, you're still squealing.
Oh.
Yep, you're squealing.
All right, what about now?
No, get rid of that rubber ducky. That'll fix the problem.
Yeah, get rid of that antenna. That's your whole problem.
Yeah, I got another one on the way.
I don't think anybody else can hear you.
I can kind of hear a little bit of a squeal, and that's about it.
All right, just wanted to know. I know what to do.
That's like a little, the least amount of squeal right there. Whatever you did, like it's just a chirp.
How about now?
It's much better, but there's still something going on there, but it's not destroying your audio.
Alright, yeah, it's a temporary fix-up for now.
Yeah, that's a very, very sad temporary fix. It's barely getting you by, but if you needed help and were calling for it, I would hear and understand what you were saying.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, like I said, it's sitting in my driveway. I just put it in. I figured out let me give it a shot.
Yeah, there's some kind of feedback going on. It's just like a little tiny chirp in the background.
Alright, so I'll hook up another antenna another day and see what happens.
Yeah, hook up a better antenna. That rubber ducky's probably not helping you out any.
Yeah, it's not work.
You going on the car's power supply, I assume? Is the car running?
Yeah, I'm sitting here with the car running.
Yeah, okay, just checking.
Check.
Alright, let me go back in. Now I know what to do. Double D, wave in the hand. We're out.
Alright there, Double D. You'll get it squared away at some point, I'm sure. Countywide radio, the Spitfire, 441 on this antique flea market junk.
On 27.115 on your AM radio dial. Bagger, you should hear your voice on this
you about bass the last, like couple of weeks, a few times. This is amazing. It's like all we have is a subwoofer. That's it.
Yeah. Well, you know how it goes. 27.115 on your AM radio dial. Home of Classic Radio Roundup on Channel 13.
Yeah, Shakespeare definitely lets the full audio range through. Damn it.
Yeah, well, that's tube radios, man. They had good receivers and good warm audio, man. They were the best. Not these crappy 3-inch speaker, solid state, bandwidth limited nonsense. If I could only get a tube quality receiver next to this transmitter, I'd be in good shape. Oh, this radio has a nice speaker in it. It's got a big magnet on it. It's not one of these tiny little magnets.
I gotta get one of those little ones. They have that little, like, 1.5-inch diameter speaker in it, and everything sounds like it's coming through a can.
Yeah, like the ICOMs do. Freaking speaker on a 706 is so small, I'm surprised it even works. Same with my Kenwood VHF radios. Tiny little speakers, man. What do they expect you to do with those?
Yeah, I know. I got a external MFJ speaker here that I found. I don't know where I got it from or why I got it. It's about 2 inches in diameter, and the thing's about 2 inches deep. And it sounds like a tin can, man. And that's probably why somebody gave it to me, and I threw it in the box, because that's what I'm about to do with it. Put it into the circulating filing cabinet. The thing is terrible. But I have to say, 2 of the HTs I have, the Kenwood HT and the old Yaesu VX5. It's got one of those little speakers, and it doesn't sound too bad. It's not the greatest, but it's, it's okay.
Niagara, I got a question for you. I usually do.
Well, you are allowed one question per night, so use it wisely.
I will. Okay, so a lot of your really old, I don't remember the brand. A lot of them are two different pieces, a receiver and a transmitter, correct?
What, you talking about CVs?
Yeah. I mean, what is it that you guys have? What is it that it's usually 2 different units?
Oh, that's the Browning Golden Eagle.
Okay, now, is it possible, you just said something a little while ago that really got me thinking. You said, I just really need to get a better receiver. Well, is it possible to use 2 different radios? I mean, newer stuff. Is it possible to use 2 different things and have one receive and one transmit?
Yes, it's very possible. Just requires some clever wiring, so you can switch one on and the other off when you key the microphone. Really wouldn't be that awful difficult. Matter of fact, I mean, if I really wanted to, and I was really going completely insane, I could take a Browning receiver and couple it to this radio and, receive on that and transmit on this. I could do that.
Yeah, I figured you probably could. I mean, it's just a matter of, rewiring the mic lines and, running the 2 of them together, I guess.
Well, I'd probably have to put another relay in this radio that I can use to switch the voltages on the Browning and mute the receiver. It would take a multi-conductor cord, like maybe 3 or 4 or 5 wires, and it can be done. It really wouldn't be all that difficult.
project for next week.
Or you got things like the Barker and Williamson or the multi-LMAC, and you put any transmitter that you want or can get a hold of, or any receiver that you want, I'm sorry, you put it next to your transmitter. So if you can't afford a receiver, you can build one. If you can afford one, you buy the cheapest you can afford. Or if you got money, you buy the most expensive you can afford. You pair it next to that transmitter that you like. That's the way they used to do it.
Yes, if you can't afford a transmitter, one will be assigned to you.
Yeah, I never thought about that. You could buy a transmitter and you could make yourself one of those, the old Heath kit, I guess it was, where you used to take the toilet paper roll and wrap the wire around it and use that as a receiver. I guess you could hook it all together.
I mean, they used to sell communications quality receivers for shortwave, and they had a little terminal strip on the back, like a mute pin, a couple of other pins where you could make a little interface cable and hook it to a transmitter, and then you'd have a station. It's not that hard to do.
Yeah, they were back in the novice days, and people are still doing it, but, one tube, transmitters, a bunch of parts, one tube, and a CW key, and a rock. And you can be on the air with that simple. So you just needed some kind of receiver and build your little transmitter.
Yeah, I guess that's all Marconi had.
Yeah. Well, he had 2 cups and a string.
He only had a transmitter. The receiver was on the other side of the ocean.
Was that how they did it? He only had a transmitter originally, and then somebody else had a receiver?
That's right. He wasn't concerned about that. He was sending. He just wanted to be set and wanted to send. He didn't want to be receiving. Nobody else was sending. He was the only one sending.
Okay. I never thought about that. That's really neat. Yeah. Well, why did somebody decide to create a receiver if nobody else was sending?
It's like the chicken and the egg paradox.
Well, he probably built them both and put, here, I got this transmitter and I got this receiver. Let's put them far apart. And you see if you hear me. Now, I won't give you a transmitter and I won't have a receiver so you can tell me right away. Send me a postcard.
So it probably took 6 months for him to find out if somebody heard him. That's really cool.
I mean, think about that, right? I don't think they had transatlantic phone cable yet. I don't know. So let's send a postcard on the next ship.
I never really gave that a thought, but you're right. I mean, that's pretty amazing. That's just nuts.
I heard what you sent.
They may never have gotten that postcard.
I heard what you sent, and I think he only sent like the letter Q or something.
He said, "Is there anyone out there?"
He had relay station.
Just nod if you can hear me.
Yeah,
Is there anyone home?
the county courthouse. Q5 on the Richter.
What's the vector, Victor?
Nothing much. How you guys doing?
Hello, operator Ron. We're doing good. How are you?
I'm living. Just got back in from taking the trash out to the front of the house and came back in. That was my big day out.
They let you out, huh?
Yeah, I've been cooped up. My wife's been cooped up. Our big day out the other day was taking the trailer to the dump and unloading it. That's the first time in 2 months we've been in the house.
My big day, I hopped in the car this morning and drove to New Jersey to the liquor store. It's only 38 miles from here to where I went in New Jersey.
That was a nice little ride, too.
I went to Milford, if you know where that is.
Yeah. It's right on 209, right?
Isn't that 206 over there on the Jersey side? I don't know. But anyway, I didn't even drive 1 full mile inside New Jersey. I mean, total mileage. I'm not talking about but total mileage.
I'm thinking of Milford, PA. I think that's on 209.
Oh yeah, that is. Yes. No, Milford, New Jersey. It's above Frenchtown. The liquor store is literally like 300 feet over the bridge.
So you can make a run for the border.
I did.
Before the cops can get you. Hey, you didn't pay the liquor tax.
I think my quantity was under the limit.
Truckload.
A bottle of schnapps and a bottle of rum.
Yeah, I'm running low on rum. I'll have to get some somewhere sometime. Hopefully they open the damn state stores soon. Well, supposedly they are open, at least some of them.
Well, you can always, there's places like Manatawny Stillworks, the Stillworks. You can go right to the distillery and get it. Order online, phone them up, pick up.
Have it drop shipped.
I think you can probably do that too. But I felt like going for a drive, so that's why I went. Otherwise, I was going to go to the Stillworks thing.
I'm going to take my car out for a ride. I haven't had it out in a couple of weeks. You want to pick it up?
What's that, Ron?
Guys go over one bridge, get their goods, and pack it, and come back over a different bridge. And nobody, oh, I didn't see you earlier.
It's only 38 miles from here to there.
Yeah, and if you go north enough, you don't have to worry about getting dinged $5 to cross over the bridge.
No, it's a free bridge. No, it's a little tiny, little 2-lane, 15-mile-an-hour speed limit bridge.
So that's right across from New Hope, isn't it?
No, that's Lambertville. Go north. Then the next big town on the Jersey side is Frenchtown. Keep going north. The next town is Milford. It ain't so big. But they got their own little bridge. I come in off of Route 611 up that way, north of Nockamixon. I come 563, 611, and then this other road. I don't know the name of it. And this road takes me right to Route 32, right there, a block away from the bridge. I hop over on the bridge, 300 feet over the bridge, I hit the parking lot. Go into the liquor store, get what I need, hop back in the car, 300 feet, back over the bridge, I'm back in PA. Clean escape.
And my buddy who lives up that way complains all the people from New Jersey come over here and go to Nockamixon, use that route to come over here and enjoy the nice weather up at Nockamixon and spread their virus.
Same thing up the mountains, man. You should see all the New Yuckers up there.
That's right, yeah, the New Yuckers.
Yeah, there are a bunch of them around here too. I saw one getting gas the other day, and I went over two pumps. Didn't want to get too close to him.
Yeah, Corona carriers.
Yeah, you get into an accident, just keep driving.
Yeah, I definitely think my problem has to do with this relay or the socket or something. It's like jiggling around and seems to work for a while.
I haven't heard it act flaky in a while.
Yeah, I've got the thing plugged in the socket. You know, I didn't push it all the way in. I just have it kind of like just barely in there. And I guess I'm grabbing a better part of the socket or something.
Damn dirty sockets.
Dirty relay sockets. I have to take a soldering iron to the socket terminals. They don't look bad, but maybe, maybe just a microscopic crack or something. I'll just touch them all up.
I show you right.
Well, due to this radio, what I did to the Cobra 139 XLR, I was wire a different relay in there.
Speaking of dirty relay sockets, what's the story with Sweaty Maria?
Sweaty Maria? I don't know. That's Sparky's girlfriend.
That just reminded me of a dirty socket. I don't know why.
Like a dirty Sanchez.
Ah.
See? You running a video gate tonight there, Pete?
That's Big 10-4, good buddy. Good buddy's 1-6.
Maybe your friend will come in there.
I don't know, man. I think I was figuring maybe, he'd calm down, sober up, keep whatever, and and he'd come back and, whatever. But boy, I guess he's determined.
I have heard him on the air since, though.
I haven't heard him down here. I've been, sandbagging most of the day here. My squelch just covering the noise and haven't heard anybody key up.
I keyed up.
It's channel 20 or something.
I keyed up.
What's that?
I keyed up today a couple times.
Yeah, I heard you once in a while. I was on conference call most of the day. I heard you and I didn't say anything.
Uh-huh. Likely excuse.
Yeah, I was busy this afternoon. They had a power failure at our data center and everything went down.
That's funny. Linda went to work today. Went to boot up the server and it wouldn't turn on. They sent her home.
Yeah, well, we had hundreds of routers and switches and servers, oh my, go down. We had to bring them all back up.
Going down reminds me of Sweaty Maria too. I'm not sure. I must be out of the loop.
Well, that's that hoe mentality.
Routers and switches, so my. Right back to Sweaty Maria.
Routers and switches and servers and Sweaty Maria, oh my.
I'll tell you, all this extra time off has given me time to not only tidy up around the house, but tidy up my cabling and shorten jumpers out of my feed lines in places that I don't need. And I got my antenna is literally vertical. It is 0 degrees vertical. It hasn't been that way in over 2 years.
Well, then you should be doing better then.
I would think so. I don't know. I guess it doesn't make that much difference then, does it?
Well, the radio, the meter on this radio is, well, the distance between 7 and 9 is like the width of a pencil point. So it's really hard to tell. I'd have to be on something with a little bit more granularity.
I think this thing is the Shakespeare's 50 microvolts S9. I think I went over this one. Or maybe it's the 100. I can't remember. But anyway, you're a little over the S8 on this meter, and this is a pretty good spaced out numbered meter.
Well, I set all my radios to 50 microvolts, and you're just about a 9. You're just under a 9 on this one.
Eureka, Pennsylvania, United States, trying.
Yeah, and I think what you were an 8.5 on the Demco.
You said it was a 7.5 after you adjusted it.
Oh, maybe it was. Maybe it was 7.5.
That seems a little low, but not too much, I guess. Well, I guess it all depends on, where all them knobs are.
I know you're always somewhere around my 8.
8.5, whatever it takes.
Last week I got my my antenna, actually my coax, up a couple feet so it's not laying on my metal roof, and I think that really helped my SWR a little bit. I mean, not a ton, but maybe a half a point.
And I always remember you being like a hair over a 3, and now you're more like a 4.
Well, that could be. I mean, I was laying across the metal roof for a while. Now I'm up off the roof, maybe 2-3 feet. I moved my TV antenna up. I've been a busy little guy. I mean, I almost don't want to go back to work.
Yeah, well, my antenna was leaning over a good 35 degrees, and now it's back to vertical again.
What did you have to do? Cut out a bent section, or?
No, I had to cut tree limbs out of the tree that my post is anchored to. The tree limbs were growing, and there was so much stuff growing that it was pushing out on the pole. And it just kept pushing and pushing, and it wouldn't let it come back. And then as the antenna starts to go over, well, them fiberglass antennas, they just start to sag once they start going over from vertical.
I don't know that it's that much. I don't know that it's that much the position. I think it's probably the fact that it's up against the tree and it's shorting itself out. Bagger, throw some comments in there.
Sounds like my beam.
No, the tree is actually way below my antenna, especially now after I cut branches off.
Yeah, unlike my beam where the tree is overhanging it.
But anyway, yep, I was able to finally get my antenna vertical again. I had to get up there with the chainsaw, move branches out of the way.
Good evening.
Have chainsaw, will travel.
I heard a good evening. Is that for us?
White Buster, you got Blue Max here in Ole. I hear you. I don't know if any of the other guys do. Guys, take over with Fight Buster.
Hello, Bite Buster. I hear you. Countywide.
Good evening. I know it's a little noisy out there tonight. Yeah, my antenna's leaning over a little bit too.
Mine was for a couple of years. It's not now. With all this extra time on my hands, I had a chance to go and try and straighten it out, and I literally did.
You always sounded good here.
Yeah, I guess it didn't make that much of a difference being leaned over like that. That's actually good to know.
Did your SWR change at all?
No,
Okay, well, I just figured I'd check in. I'm going to do some sit-ups here. I'll be on the side, sandbagging, as it were.
All right, well, Blue Max hears you. I hear you. I don't know who else hears you, but good to have you checked in there, Bite Buster, on Classic Radio Roundup. 441 the Spitfire. On my antique flea market radio.
Man, I couldn't hear him at all. I used to be able to hear him. I threw the antenna up that way, but for some reason I can't. Well, tonight I got a high noise. There was a lot of skip noise in there.
Pete, how come everything you have is antique flea junk radio?
How come everything I have is antique flea market junk radios?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I didn't get it like perfect, but yeah, same thing.
That's because that's what I was accused of owning by someone. I was accused of owning nothing but antique junk. Why do I run that flea market junk? Why don't you leave that stuff there at the antique mart? Why do you run that antique flea market junk? So, very much like Hillary Clinton called me a deplorable. I own it. I own it. I'm a deplorable. Well, I got accused of running antique junk, so I own it. I own my antique flea market junk. It's mine.
That's pretty cool. I like that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, everybody's got to have something to be identified by.
Yeah, I got asked, why do I run all that old junk? Why you run those old radios? It's all old junk. Well, I like running my old junk.
Because it's better.
And it works.
Oh yeah, you can't explain that it's better than in every way than any of them galaxies that person was running or any of that Chinese junk.
Yeah, Bayo fangs.
With the high white noise floor, man, like an S2 or S3 noise floor with the thing sitting here on a dummy load on the bench. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, they are noisy. Or as a train would put it, snow. It's all that snow.
It's junk. But yeah, you know who I'm talking about, don't you?
Of course I know.
Yep, accuse me of running junk. Why you run that old junk? Why you run? Take that stuff to the flea market. Get rid of that old junk. No, I refuse to. I like my old junk. It's mine. My antique flea market radio transmitter.
Yeah, to me, it's it's like comparing a new car to a '57 Chevy. You know, I mean. The newer car might be flashier and shinier and have more bells and whistles, but you know what? There's just something about a '57 Chevy or a '65 Mustang or something like that that's just classic. It's got class. It's got panache. It's got pedigree. It's good stuff.
That panache is good. I mean, I haven't had any of that for a while. I like that with beef.
But it's even more than that. I mean, the performance of these old radios stands up and surpasses some of the modern radios as far as receivers go, as far as I'm concerned. That's power can be made up on the ASN, so you can talk all the gobs of watts you want. I just slap on a bigger amplifier and I'll still sound better. But yeah, it's the personality of these radios, man. I mean, they just ain't making any base stations anymore except for that Galaxy. I'm talking, type accepted stuff. And that thing, that was fun. It was cool and all, but yeah, it drifts on sideband. And it's got that white noise snow floor. I'm like, what the hell is with these receivers? I'd rather run this old Shakespeare. Much better.
So I've got this superstar sitting here that I bought that got me back into radio. I probably don't turn this on maybe once a month.
Yeah, well, you found radios that suit you better too.
But it even comes down to more than that. You get accused of something like the famous Hillary and the deplorables. Well, everybody just owned it. It's the same kind of thing. You're going to try and degrade me by something that I'm proud of owning.
Okay, so I can be, if you got antique flea market junk, can I be like the guy with the deplorable radios? I love that. I mean, I think that would be a really neat omen.
Deplorable radios.
Oh no, DR for short.
DR? You mean, oh yeah, DR. Deplorable radios.
Yeah, Dr. Deplorable.
Yeah. Max, 524 in the Keystone. KV Fish Radio broadcasting on 27115 on deplorable old radios.
How about antique deplorable old radios?
Sure, you're right. Let me crank up this duck plucker.
Hello, train.
Hello, Pete. Hello, Dave. Hello, Blue Max. And hello, Green Dragon.
The deplorable Blue Max. I love it.
Yeah, running my deplorable radio. I just got down.
Did I miss anybody?
Let's talk about this deplorable radio thing now.
Just wait till I turn this deplorable stuff up. Just wait till I turn my deplorable stuff up. Ain't nobody gonna talk while I got them all down.
Yeah, another duck plucking reel.
All them cotton pickers out there, they gonna know who I'm is.
Are they gonna say your name?
Man, I got the feeling I'm in Norristown again.
Sounds more like Captain Coleslaw. Yeah, be the one and only Captain Coleslaw in Philadelphia.
East Coast Control.
Sour cabbage.
Yeah, Captain Coleslaw, broadcasting from the KYW.
That rascal lived in the projects. All that pride. He lived in the projects.
Hey, man, it's all about being proud of what you've got. You don't have to be the richest guy or the fanciest guy. You just gotta be happy with what you've got.
Yeah, absolutely. When I was a teenager, I was talking to somebody who was considerably older than me, and we were talking about the Democrats and Republicans. And he said, well, it seems like most of the Republicans are the haves, and most of the Democrats are the have-nots. And I thought, well, but where does that put me? Because I'm pretty proud of what I got. I mean, I'm certainly not a millionaire, but, you know, I'm pretty proud of what I have, and I certainly don't want to lose anything of what I have. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I mean, where do you draw the line? What's a have? I have a lot of things. I could probably have a lot more, but, you know, as long as you have something, you're a have, right?
I have a lot of needs.
Well, okay, I mean, and there again, it's a personal thing. It all depends on where you're at. Now, I'm not saying that I'm involved with anybody Republican today or anything like that. But I'm just, if the have and the have-not really made a big difference in my life, that was 40 years ago.
Whose definition are we going by?
Well, the guy that brought that up, it's really kind of funny. He was married to the woman who originally owned my home. It's a really strange story. And my wife ended up working for him many, many years after that. It's just amazing how things just kind of flow together, and you don't really have much control over it.
Especially when you live in a small town.
Well, I wasn't down here at Olney all that time. I grew up in Muhlenberg Township.
Yeah, well, it's still relatively small. I mean, you know, it's not like the big city. It's not like down there where Captain Coleslaw called home, hung his hat.
That's right. Where he hung the hat, the population was real big. He was like the #1 duck in the whole pond.
Yeah, that's right. World's most spoke about, Captain Coleslaw, and I'm stepping on.
How's this thing sounding today, man? Is it all right?
Why, yes. Yes, it is.
It's rather fine.
seal of approval.
That's correct. And as we know, specifications and conditions may apply.
It's been a long time since I actually ran this one. I did put it on last week, I think, sometime. And, you know, a lot of times when you leave them sit there and neglect them, and you turn them on, they act stupid.
So what is it?
It's the Cobra 2000. I don't use it that much.
Well, is it the radio or is it you?
Could be me, Roger.
Possibly, but I'm not going to make the call.
I know what. I gained weight during this dumb spree. I need to get back out there and get to working, get to stepping.
You just ride the bike more.
I thought to ride today.
There you go. Yeah, I gotta do that too. I really need to get back to some kind of exercise because I sit on my butt now with, I don't even get, I used to, you know, when I used to go to work, you know, a bunch of guys would go out and take a 10-minute break and we'd go out and walk around, you know, outside the parking lot or something. I'm not even getting that anymore.
I'll meet you over at the school at lunchtime. We'll go for a round.
I told my daughter, I said, you know, once this weather starts to get nice and stay that way, it's going to be, you know, lunchtime, you and me. We're going to take a walk around the block. The big, long block.
I want to walk with the millennials.
I go out every day at lunch. Today I did. And then when I came back, it started to rain. And normally in the evenings after dinner, I do it again. Sometimes I go over to the homestead, and sometimes I go to the school.
I've been doing more physical activity in the past month and a half than I have probably for 5 years. Unfortunately, the beer really tastes good these days, and that's not a good thing. So I'm probably plus or minus about the same.
I'm with you, Blue Max. I work harder here being home from work than I do at physical work at work. I'm here chopping wood, splitting, stacking, and cutting down trees, clearing brush, weed whacking, lawn mowing, trimming this and trimming that.
Yeah, and I'm a big guy, really big. And no, the nice thing is I can throw a lot of these limbs around pretty easy. I got the weight advantage on the tree. That's pathetic. But yeah, I mean, I sweat my ass off for 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 hours. And yeah, but then I sit down and I drink 3, 4, 5 beers.
And then there's always the 4 dogs that need walking.
Some of them are getting a little old.
Yeah, but she can't run away from me now. I can catch her.
Yeah.
Night train.
Train, you got a knocker.
Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Breaker out there for night train, come on.
Yeah, it's Mike Buster. What's going on?
Well, right, Buster, you way out in the grass. And it is a little hard to hear you because we do have some skip coming in here. But look out, man, I'm having trouble. We do have you there, come on.
Yeah, you said you want to walk with the millennials. That sounds like the name of a rock band.
My goodness, Pete, you had a better grip on him, yeah. I'm having trouble holding my relay with this Cobra 2000. Having trouble holding my relay. Yeah, come on back, Bike Buster. It's a little too rough and tough.
I said walking with the millennials sounds like a rock band.
Sounds like a rock band, walking with the millennials.
Yeah, man. Hey, Bike Buster, crank it up, man. Crank it up.
What's the matter? I hear him just fine.
You got a better grip on him than I do.
He's got an extra hill to get over to get down this way.
Get the wax out of your ears. They usually come through pretty good. I don't know what's going on, bite busters, but you usually come through a whole lot better than that. I hope that my Cobra 2000's ears ain't weak. I have to admit, I do get him a little better than I have tonight, but I can hear him tonight, but I get him a lot better than I got right now.
Yeah, he does seem on the little bit weaker side tonight.
Must be that foliage.
Tell him to crank it up.
That tree foliage knocks me down.
Go to the water's edge and just keep going.
Yeah, gotta put a little fire in the wire. Step on that gas pedal.
What's going on, Ron? Bite Buster, I do admit that I do have skip in the bottom half of my receive. There's definitely some skip down in my receive there, Roger. I hope I'm not the only one that's hearing that skip.
No, it's in there. It's getting lower though. It was giving me like a 3, now it's down to like a 2.
It comes in waves and bursts and splatters.
This radio here is only running half power.
Half power of what?
Why are you in the grass there, Ron?
I was trying out this radio. It's only running half of a transistor.
It's only running half a transistor? Well, you're only running half a signal.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. What's it, a dual final radio and one of the finals blown? I believe so.
You usually give me like a 7 S units or something like that, or a 3.
Yeah, well, the RF power, when you take it from one, say from one to like 8 watts or 9 watts or 10 watts or whatever it would be, it's only doing 1 watt through the whole thing, so I believe one of them blew out. I want to walk like a millennial.
But it's working.
Yeah, it's working. It's a CRE 8900. Walk like a millennial.
It's a rock band.
Is that like walking like an Egyptian?
Walk like a millennial. There you go.
How does a millennial walk? Like they got a giant stick up their butt or what?
Oh, no.
Like they know it all, and they're gonna save the world because we're going green. No flying, no driving. We're going back to, you know, caveman.
Damn snowflakes.
Is that Chuck?
Yes, it is.
Hello, Chuck.
Hello?
Spitfire 441 on my antique flea market radio station.
Yeah, 509.
Market radio station. Hello out there, Chuck. Night train waving.
Yeah, hello, Night Train. I recorded you if you want to hear it.
Yeah, go ahead. Play it back, man. Pete, you had a better grip on him. Yes. I'm having trouble holding my relay with this Cobra 2000. That sounds good, except for the part where I was having trouble holding my relay. I figured that out, what the problem was.
Operator error.
Here's the microphone. If I hit it on the low bar, it holds it. When I hit it on the chicken choker part, it skips a beat.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Chuck, you finished that steak body?
Yeah, yes, no, I got about 3 hours left on it. I got I got 3 steaks at the back of the trailer to finish it up.
There you go. How you making out?
Pretty good. They had me go in early. I usually work second shift, 3 to 12. So I went in 11. 2 of us worked on that steak body.
Roger. Good job, man. Hey, at least this is making it out there for now. I sold the blackface radio, and I gotta put these little mobiles to use now.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Next time I come back on, I don't know if I'm gonna let that get it. I'm gonna put the fireball on.
Fireball? What is that?
It's you know what? It's called a Red Bull radio.
3 balls of fire.
That is.
I have to go up and get it. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Chuck, where you been hiding, man?
Well, for the last year, I've been working second shift at Pico. I go in at 3, and then I get done at midnight.
I understand.
So any of my radio enjoyment is either the weekends or in the mornings.
Roger that.
I've been staying on the lower bands all winter, you know. I started migrating up higher here, so I'll be around more.
6-4 Campo Rancito. Tu bodega. 707. 6-4 Molina. Boca. Vegallo.
This is probably the first time I've heard the band open in a year.
Aguántame, métase al gallo.
Having a little bit of trouble hearing you over that Hispanic station, Chuck.
Yeah, they're pretty loud here. Yeah, let's see here. A 15-watt carrier, and my voice peaks are going to 45.
You're all right now, as long as that person out there that took over is not talking.
If I load up my 1 amp, I'll have a 250-watt carrier.
Hey, Bagger.
He fell asleep.
You might have had to go to the bat room.
The bathroom? See,
Bat room. They said, why did Batman have to, whatever, and he missed the such and such, and the answer was he had to go to the bat room.
oh. So you guys are...
That's enough to drive you batty. Say that again, Chuck?
You guys aren't working, you're staying home?
I have been home, and I've been also working down at my parents' house. It's a restoration project. It's almost, well, still got a long ways to go, but most of the heavy construction is done.
Oh, okay, very good, yeah.
But it's been keeping me busy and making me feel like I'm going to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have to wear a mask all day long and rubber gloves, and we're going to pull in the utility trucks in the building. We have to disinfect the cab and the steering wheel. It's a process.
Yeah, but you gotta stay safe, man. Yeah, we were wearing masks because we tore out them old ceilings. We tore out all of the ceilings on the first floor, except for the vestibule. And we had new ceilings put in. That was done by a contractor. The ceilings in the crown were done by contractors. The demolition was done by the same guy
who put the ceilings in. And of course we had professional electricians to rewire the entire house, from the power line outside all the way up to the 3rd floor, all new. And our job now is to put in floors, paint, wallpaper, and make it beautiful.
How old is the house?
I'm sure it's early 1900s, definitely early 1900s. It could be, yeah, I think early 1900s.
Oh, so you're ripping out all the lath and stuff out of the ceiling. Oh, my.
Yeah, that's the reason why we had those contractors to do that demo, because you needed to have equipment to haul that mess away, and the means and the manpower. If you figure the whole 1st floor, every ceiling, all that lath, all that plaster, and all of that dust that's a different color, man, get to you. I think it got something to do with horse hairs or coal or, I don't know. Something about that particular dust is not good for you.
Yeah, I think it's horsehair.
Well, it get you good. You gotta wear your dust mask, and even then, you're still gonna feel it.
Yeah, it's horsehair plaster, I think it is.
Yeah, that's what that is. I think that's what that was. And so we got rid of that. We tore out one wall. So there's no more hallway that goes between the the kitchen, the living room and the hallway. There is no more hallway. It's an open concept. That's nice. And the lights are now all recessed in the ceiling.
Oh, very nice.
All right. Pretty soon we're going to see Night Train on HCTV.
Now you might see my antenna down there on the roof. I have a big old moon raker and put that rascal on the roof up there and then point it up this way there, bragga. I could be the new coleslaw.
Well, somebody's got to carry on the tradition.
We're almost finished with it, Blue Max.
How come Blue Max sounds like he's talking to a telephone?
What kind of radio is that, Blue Max?
Is that a flea market radio?
Can you hear him?
Yeah, but he sounds like he's talking to a telephone. You know, like back in the day when you had a friend on the phone and you wanted to put him on the air, you stuck the receiver up to the microphone and let him talk. That's what he sounds like.
You sound so compressed and so narrow-banded. It just, doesn't sound really good. Talking through all those toilet paper rolls that he's been hoarding over there.
Oh, he's making it one ringy-dingy.
You need to get back on that other radio.
You know, if we wanted some skip, we couldn't find any, but now we don't want it, and it's down there trying to take out all of the weaker signals.
I don't mind a little skip, but I would like it better if they spoke English.
You mean English-speaking skip?
Yeah, none of that sweaty Maria nonsense.
I want me some of that millennial skip.
Why? Millennial skip, it doesn't know how to do anything.
Oh, damn.
Train, we got a breaker down here.
You gotta show it how to do everything.
All right, go ahead and let the breaker go, but perhaps you can find it. It's busy up this way. Go ahead there, Chuck.
Yeah, go ahead, break.
Hey, Chuck, hey. Night train, it's JB.
Hello, JB, we got you. I'll let you talk to Chuck.
Hey, Chuck, how are you?
Oh, pretty good. I go to work early tonight. Usually I work till midnight.
Oh, wow. What, a second shift?
Yeah, I go in at 3:30 and I work at 12. So I usually get there half an hour early to get the speed with the day shift guy.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we were talking the other day. You were saying that you have universal. I guess, are you a engineer of some sort?
Well, I taught at a trade school for 11 years, but I don't do that anymore.
10-4.
Hey, JB.
Yep.
Hey, JB, you hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah, he taught one of my sons.
Yeah, what trade school?
Universal Technical Institute.
Okay, cool. That's really cool. Train, you're saying your son works at Vanguard, right?
One of them, yeah. But that's not the same one. Roger?
Yeah, 10-4.
Train, dyno's clear, I'll see it.
Probably about 8 years ago.
I'm telling you the truth, man. It's a little hard to hear you tonight, JB. Because of the skip. I don't know if you're on low power or not.
Yeah, I'm pretty low and my antenna's down.
Alright, we had some technical difficulties.
Not really, I just keep it down during the week. So I don't anger any of my neighbors, I guess.
You were worried about the neighbors?
Yeah, 'cause I don't really know 'em. I've been here 5 years and I still only know about 2 of them.
Run high power during the week, you get to know them.
Now, they're responsible, Randy. I have something to do with that.
Yeah, responsible Randy has a lot to do with it.
You should have ignored responsible Randy. You let that thing get to you. He would have still been alive.
Yeah, I got the, it's all camoed out now. I took it down last week and camoed everything. You can barely see the thing.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit harder, but then again, it may be because of the skip that's in there. JB, I'm gonna let you say hello to the rest of the boys, and I'm gonna step back to the side. Night train base station, Pottstown. I'm quiet.
Port sure.
Do that break for train, come on.
It's Ron down here with a Courier Red Bull.
Train. The radio and everything sound good, but I only got 3 pounds on you.
Yeah, it's a barefoot radio.
What's the name of it?
Courier Red Bull.
Courier Red Bull?
Yep.
I never heard of that.
Me either.
It's a loud radio, I tell you that.
Is that a Chinesium radio?
Send me a picture of that, Ron.
I will. Lost stock, too.
Yeah, it's got to be Chinesium.
10-4, you think you'd come through complete with the virus and everything, Chuck?
So far I have, yeah. I'm very careful.
Roger.
That's DC compliant.
Roger. Wow, man. I wish the skip go away. Come again another day.
It's that useless Puerto Rican, Puerto Mexican skip.
South of the border.
I'm running my Indian radio.
Running my Japanese glow and glass radio.
I don't over 2,000 it is, but I understand that they made them in more than one place.
Yeah. Model Indian radio.
Yeah, did you hear something before, Bagger?
I did.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I didn't hear it by myself. Okay.
Nah, only the sandbaggers know. Y'all heard something that we didn't hear? Yes, sir. What did y'all hear? From my buddy.
Still listen here? PA Fury.
What y'all, you too loud for me to understand, Bagger. What y'all hear, hola?
I heard it.
All right, that's all. Hey, that's all we need. All right, we're good. Don't worry about it. You're okay, Trey.
Yep. We all heard it.
Yeah. Try to wake up too high on this radio. There we go. This ought to be good. Roger that. Shoot me a text, Olaf. Tell me what y'all talking about.
That's okay. You're good. That's not how I just wanted to make sure. I thought my ears were talking to me.
Bagger, you don't listen to the back channel no more?
Back channel?
Yeah.
What back channel is that?
.42.
Oh, hell, I haven't had 2 meters on in 5 years.
In 5 years.
Well, I mean, ever since the repeater's been here, I've dedicated the antenna to it, and I don't have any of the antenna to run 2 meters.
And my radio's on the other bench over there, so I'm out.
Train, I had a student one time, his name was Olaf.
How about it? Yeah. Somebody's out there trying to get in.
Shout in between the skip. Classic Radio Roundup.
Hey, is that Classic Radio Roundup live? Can I go on? I know it'll be like a couple second delay, but is it live?
I don't know anybody running it live, no. I'm doing a video gate that goes up on YouTube. You can watch it tomorrow.
So that Grumpy's website or whatever it was, the Classic Radio Roundup website, that doesn't still play?
Oh, you mean the Spew Radio? Who's this, Green Dog?
Yeah.
I don't think Spew Radio's worked in several years.
All right. It's been a while since I tried it, so I figured I'd ask. All right, carry on.
Dave, you don't have Spew Radio running, do you?
Nah, I haven't fixed that for a couple of years.
So we're not live worldwide on Spew Radio.
Yeah, I missed that. That was a pretty cool feature for the local guys, and not even the not-so-local guys, too, you know. That was a cool thing you guys were doing.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Blue Max.
No problem. Always a pleasure. You guys take it easy. Stay safe. Wash your hands.
Good night there, Blue Max. And yeah, Green Dog, that Spew Radio was pretty cool. When I was out of town, I could check in and see what shenanigans were going on in my absence.
Yeah, and if you needed a radio check in the middle of the day, it was always there.
That's right. That's right, self-service radio checks. You change something, you can, you know, okay, I get a signal, and then go change something, and go check your signal again, because you know it ain't moved on that end, and you can check it yourself.
Yep, the beauty of it all.
The wonders of technology, and then they go poof, and don't have funds to support it.
Get down.
Get up, get funky.
Good evening, Mr. Night Train. Get you a sloppy copy. Your 200 stations bang out.
Hello, 200. Yes, I got you. Hello, 200.
Top of the evening, 200. I got you here in the volcano crater. I do. I hear you.
I just want to say hello, Train. Take care. All you gentlemen around the band, have a good evening. I'm going back up to my other channel, and I just want to say hi. I dropped in. Now I'm dropping out. I'll see you.
Well, you don't have to leave on our account.
Wow, what did I do?
Nothing. Not a thing. Not a thing. I just have to go talk to a friend of mine in Antigua. I'll be back in a minute.
I'm here on Classic Radio Roundup every week.
We know this. I have to go talk to my friend in Antigua. He just called me on the phone. I want to see if I can make it down there. I'll see you in a bit.
Well, I know where I stand against Antigua. I've been there though. Like I go gambling.
My friend's handles one wire, and he hangs out on channel 22. We talk whenever there's conditions. So he wants to check out a new antenna. So I'm just gonna run through real quick. I'll see you.
Oh yeah, go have fun. Absolutely.
And just like that,
He was gone. Oh, I got a Roger. You didn't get one.
get down.
So when is the repeater actually going to work? Like pass audio?
Oh, I don't know. That's something else I gotta get to, I guess.
Yeah, it's nice that I could key it up, you know, and this and that, but like there's not much point because I'm not going to be able to talk to anybody with it.
I guess I gotta order the chip I need. Although I'm a little annoyed at the fact that I couldn't. Yeah, I got like about a half a dozen equivalent chips that should have worked but don't, and I don't know why.
I've actually toyed with the idea of firing up my repeater. And, you know, I got my tri-band vertical up over here. Maybe I could use that. But then I'll be off at 2 meters and 2 meters myself then. But, I was toying with the idea. Got everything I need here. You know, tuning and wise, and it'd be climate controlled. Coverage will suck. You can work it from the outlet mall. Even that might be dicey with that hill. Ten-4 driver.
So, Chuck, you have off tonight or just what? Where'd you go, Chuck?
They asked me to come in at 11 today to work because we were doing a project that it took 2 people.
Roger that.
We'll probably do it Friday as well.
It's good to have projects.
12 every night, so, and I come in here, turn the radio on, so I heard you guys the other night up like on 28.
Big dummy.
Maria has a new voice. They must have replaced her.
It's the millennial Sweaty Maria.
Isn't she a taxi cab dispatch or something?
At least that's what we assigned to her. Don't know what she's really doing. do have a mask over your microphone and speaker. Is this correct?
Well, I'm running an 8K wide filter here, so I don't know. You guys might be susceptible.
Everybody has to be careful.
Yeah, my transmit bandwidth is about 8K. It's 4K on sideband, so 8K on receive.
10 Roger.
I still have the 102. I use that every now and then. Working on the 101 double E. I recap the audio board in it. I got some other work to do.
I recently bought this Shakespeare 740, paid my money, brought it home, I plugged it in the wall, and I've been playing with it ever since.
I'm not familiar with that one.
It's one of them Panasonic chassis tube radios. 40 channel PLL, 6BQ5 modulator and final. There's a lot of Panasonic chassis labeled, or radios labeled with whatever. This one's labeled the Shakespeare.
Is it phase lock loop or crystal?
40 channel PLL.
Yeah, because you're 0.700 low.
Yeah, and there's no way that I've figured out to adjust the frequency on this PLL. Maybe somebody smarter than me could figure it out, but I haven't.
Yeah. Well, it just gives it personality.
And I think it drifts, like when you key up, like it starts off frequency anyway and then pulls up.
Well, it starts closer to center slot and it hunkers down.
Well, I guess that's what happens when you mix tubes and solid state in the same box.
Oh, well, okay, wait a minute. It's the other way around. It's when you key up, it starts at about 0.800 and it drifts up to 700. Yeah.
Every one of these I've ever had has done that, and they've all been off frequency some.
Pete, what radio is it?
The Shakespeare.
10 Rogers.
Panasonic chassis 40 channel PLL. High level plate modulated antique flea market junk.
In the dog pile.
What was that, Chuck? We double.
Oh, so, yeah, I was down on the Super Bowl earlier, and I had my waterfall display up here, with the pan adapter. And I could see every carrier of the group on the dog pile.
What's the dog pile, Chuck? I never heard that before.
5 people competing,
Big mess.
Yeah, and then you'll see a real big signal, and then he'll be the top dog.
The idea is to be the top dog.
Oh yeah, but I never knew how many competitors were in there doing that. I figured it was 10 or so, but it's only about 4 or 5.
Back on the unit in. Yeah, buddy. Get down.
Yeah, you're back on my S meter.
Get down, get down. Yeah, last radio is just a Courier Red Ball, all barefoot, stock weight. Courier Red Ball? That was a PLL radio. Yep. Same chassis as the TRC 152. Loud audio there, I'll tell you that.
You're pretty much right on frequency. Your S9 and your voice peaks are hitting 10 over.
Oh, I gotta love that.
And I'm 700 hertz low.
I guess it's better than being a quart low.
It just gives it personality.
That's right. Characteristics. Specifications are subject to change. Terms and conditions may apply.
You'd think they would have put a way of adjusting the damn frequency on these things.
You know, it's probably something as simple as like a mica cap or something, I would guess.
Yeah, something real simple. But the thing of it is, they didn't know that 42 years later, we were going to be playing with these things.
No, I don't think they planned on them being that long in service.
No. The things were probably made to last 5 years. Nobody knew that this would happen. We didn't even know this was going to happen. 40-something years later.
Classic radio roundup. It
Speaking
happens.
about 40-something years later, I just heard from a couple of guys from shop class in high school, man. I just heard from them the past week and a half. That was 1975, we graduated.
Yeah,
Back in the good old days.
40th high school reunions.
Yeah, them Simpson meters and those Philco Ford televisions, the troubleshooting television sets. You know, them big old oscilloscopes.
Simpson 260s.
Roger.
I have one of those. I needed to on my boat anchors because the service manuals were all using Simpson 260s
and 270s here.
I think they were some of the best meters in the world.
Yeah, they were pretty rugged too.
I still use them. I have one cheap Fluke digital I use that I occasionally use, but I like the 260 much better.
Roger that, yeah. They nice. The things are nice. They're like old GE refrigerators. They keep on running.
They train out I don't know about the double, but that
Legend
over is
electrical engineer from Penn State, a legend, and he can't read one.
Is that right?
He's a millennial?
Mm-hmm.
He has to be a millennial if he can't read that.
We were in the shop not too long ago, well, several weeks ago now, and he pulled one out and was sitting on there, and he says, "What's that?" And I said, "That's a good old Simpson." He looks at me and checked it out, zeroed it out, and we checked something. I said, "Well, what's your reading?" He said, "I don't know." I had all my answers I needed to know.
Probably can't read a watch either, can he?
I don't know, but I just kind of shook my head and I said, "Man, I really hope that they didn't hire him on his alleged understanding of things. He has no idea. Poor kid. I really feel sorry for him."
Well, he was a millennial.
You got something against millennials?
Those are his favorite people.
Oh.
Yeah, the do-nothing generation.
I used to have fun with them at school.
I'll be back in a few minutes. I gotta go get something.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I used to ask the students how many amps is in 12 volts. 30. No, wait, 20. What?
That's a good trick question, though. How about the teacher on if asking you to go to the storage and bring back a 1 farad capacitor?
Yeah, like the ones that used to say, go get me an AC battery.
How about some batteries for the sound-powered phones?
Roger that on the sound-powered phones. Yeah, but that farad capacitor, 1 farad capacitor, that one will take you for a loop.
I have a 3 farad capacitor in the trunk of my car for my 12-foot woofer. 12-foot. 12-inch sub.
Yeah, back in the day, a 1 farad capacitor was like, you'd never be able to find one. Nowadays, they're common.
Right, and I think they would have been the size of, a washing machine or something.
Yeah, back then, yeah.
And the average person wouldn't know that, so they would go back in storage looking for it.
Yeah, they used to send the first-year students up to the other class to get a box of kilowatts. We would always do that.
I want a box of kilowatts and 2 of them, the Mexicans. Some of the Mexican stuff, too.
Pick up a box of short circuits. Not the long ones, get the short ones.
I once sent a lieutenant that was pestering me down in the fire room for 100 feet of fallopian tube.
It was another good one. At least they sent them up to get a patch for the grid leak.
We used to send young guys, new guys up to the bridge wing with a lube oil sample bottle for an air sample.
What about the guy that goes to the hardware looking for a handle for a CB radio?
Go see the chief engineer for the keys to Davy Jones's locker.
We sent a kid to the hardware store once to buy 6 pre-dug post holes.
Pre-dug post holes?
That is so cute.
Just take them and throw them on the ground and stick the post in.
That's right, pre-dug. Batteries not included.
Some assembly required.
Send somebody after a bucket of steam.
Hey, they did that to me. They sent me for a bucket of steam. I'm like, yeah, all right. 4 hours later, I came back. After screwing off for 4 hours, I came back with a bucket of hot water. They said, what the hell is this? I said, well, it keeps condensing on the way back.
There you go. Hello there, Renegade.
How you going, night train?
Doing all right, man. How about yourself?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Hello, Renegade, your countywide radio.
Oh, you just hear countywide in there? Spitfire in there?
Countywide.
Hey, countywide, I'm just getting you my receive. That's really low, but hey, how you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing good. Yeah, I don't know why you're so low tonight, too. But I hear you fine, but I don't have any noise. I'm doing my usual thing here.
There's a lot of noise out there.
Yeah, we'll go to the pump house a little bit. Does that help? How about a Renegade? Did that help any?
Well, you're 5 over 9 to me.
Well, I guess it didn't make any difference. Shame on it. Well, at least I'm getting out to somebody there, Chuck.
Yeah, you're doing fine.
Now that my antenna is 0 degrees vertical, as opposed to about 35 or 37 degrees leaning over there for a while.
You know, for the longest while, I was having a wanky match on all my high band antennas here, and I pulled out this one tuner I had and put in a PAL star, and it must have been the through circuit in the tuner, because all my matches on all my different bands are good now without a tuner.
Well, I have my mast, 40-foot push-up pole mast in the back up the hill for the antenna that I'm using here on 11 meters, attached to a tree. And I got this pulley system to the trunk of the tree so I can raise and lower it myself. Because the tree got knocked down by another tree when it fell at some point, so it's really half a tree, but branches are growing out of the sides of it, so it's still growing. But it's only about 20 feet of trunk. It's like perfect length for my pulley system and anchoring to my mast. Well, it started growing, and it was pushing on my mast, and it was pushing my mast over, and then once things started to lean, well, that fiberglass whip started to lean, and everything was starting to lean, and then it started to lean some more, and tree grew some more, and it started to lean some more. So after a couple of years of things hanging over at 35 plus degrees, I'm like, I got time on my hands. Let me see if I can straighten this out. So an hour or so and a chainsaw later, it's all vertical again. Woo!
Yeah, 2 summers ago, I had a direct lightning strike with one of my antennas. It vaporized it, so I had to redo it.
Is it connected to a radio, Chuck?
No, I have a grounding bus out of my greenhouse, and all the feed lines go through that, and they go to earth ground, and then I unhook and separate the feed line about 3 feet. I don't let lightning enter into the house. It stops at the grounding bus.
Roger that on the grounding bus.
When the 220 and 6 meter repeater were over there at the farm, the 220 antenna, which was on top of the tower, took a direct lightning strike. I still have the antenna. It's a fiberglass antenna. It's completely black. The metal inside the fiberglass is vaporized. It no longer exists. And the 6 meter antenna, which was a dipole off the side, unscathed. The 6 meter repeater itself, unscathed. The 220 repeater itself, unscathed. The antenna blew up, and my braided copper strap to the ground rod at the base of the antenna, which was a 2-inch wide copper braided strap, is now a 1.5 inch copper bar.
All right.
Yeah, this was a 75 meter dipole, and the feed point was about 70 feet in the air up in the crown of the tree, and it was made up with flex weave and coax fed, and it hit on the one leg of the antenna, and it vaporized it. And the other end of the antenna, there was like 6 feet of it left, and the rest of it was all melted.
It's amazing the power of the lightning. The lightning did a weird thing. I had one of them, them little kilowatt meters you plug into your outlet, and it gives you your current draw and your voltage, and you can watch your kilowatts and all that stuff. Well, I had one of those in there, and then both repeaters were plugged in through that. Well, the electrical ground for the shed was actually a separate ground rod from the ground of the tower, but it was only separated by about 12 or 14 feet. Well, the ground was so charged up, it must have come back up through the ground, and it vaporized that freaking kilowatt meter, blew it right out of the wall socket, and it didn't come in through the electrical side. It came in through the ground side.
Bam.
Bam, bam, bam.
Lightning has a weird way of traveling.
I tell you.
Remember all that, Dave? The 220 took the strike and everything else pretty much walked away easy. And then my graded brown ground strap turned into solid copper bar.
I remember that well.
That part was pretty amazing. But like everything did what it was supposed to do pretty much.
Yeah, except the poor 220 antenna got vaporized. Except for the bottom half wave.
That's about the fourth time I've been hit by lightning. And usually it would come in. One time it came in through the Comcast cable. Another time it came in through the twisted pair.
I got nailed in Bridgeport in the twisted pair. This right into the regular house electric service. Got hit like at the end of my building and traveled in and blew up all my shit in my house.
Yeah, I lost the answering machine, sound card in the computer, VCR.
Well, sounds like Maria's going in the background and we have the channel to ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, Classic Radio Roundup, Channel 13.
I was thinking about running my high gain today there, Bagger.
Oh yeah, this is the Utopia.
Yeah, but you know, the Cobra 2000 was sitting there looking at me and made me feel, you know. So I'm like, all right, let me run it. It's got to be ran. They all have to be ran, man.
Yeah, you're right about that. I gotta run my Cobra 2000. I haven't done that in a while. I just set up my Washington again. We'll see if it's working any better now.
The thing, and I've yet to plug the thing in.
All I know is I'd like to be running this Shakespeare around 1981.
You know, I thought you was having trouble with that Shakespeare. Didn't you have difficulties the last time we talked on that?
The receiver went off. And remember, you and I were talking, and the receiver quit working. And I don't even really know why, and I really haven't discovered why. I took all the tubes out, cleaned all the tube sockets, tested all the tubes, put it all back together. It's working fine.
That's one of them specifications are subject to change. Terms and conditions may apply.
Yeah.
I keep waiting for it to fall back on its face, and it's been working good, so it's lulling me back into that sense of security.
Yeah, just don't take it out in space. 10-4?
No, never leave the Earth's atmosphere with a tube radio.
Yeah. Those vacuum tubes, you know, won't work in the vacuum of space, right?
Can you imagine that?
Yeah, I mean, you could take a tube radio into outer space, and you could break the glass off the tubes, and they'll still work because it's vacuum.
Yep, that's right. I was just thinking that as you were saying that. Like, you could break all the glass, and the tubes would still work.
And then it wouldn't be glowing glass anymore. It'd be glowing nothing.
They don't hardly have any gravitation out there, right?
No,
you're floating free, like a bird with no wings.
You can have light bulbs with no bulb.
I'm gonna do a number 2.
You have light bulbs with no bulb.
Well, then you have a floating number 2.
You know, you're like trying to get away from it. I mean, you're looking down at the toilet, and it's like, well, I'm not falling down at the toilet. I'm gonna hang around right here.
Go into outer space with technology. Where do we go? Right to the toilet.
Think about it. You would be fascinated by number 2.
Right to the toilet.
There's gotta be a serious situation here. Incidentally, y'all triple key.
Radio and take it into space.
Right.
Get that boy some help.
Right to the toilet.
Fecalphilia.
I think I heard somebody pray.
Here we was talking about radios and technology, and you go right to the toilet.
You figure, now we got this vacuum going on. Y'all got the vacuum tube working out there without a vac, and I'm thinking, well, what happens when you go to the bathroom?
Well, then you belong in the toilet bowl channel.
It'd be a floater. Roger.
That's right.
A floater, huh? For sure. And they're all floaters.
And it's 27.115 on your AM radio dial. Classic radio roundup.
It's time for station identification.
KLZ 27902.
Yeah, time to take the wheel of your automobile and swing on down to Ideal.
That's right. Hey, ain't y'all gonna do the voodoo ganja dip?
Ah, Grandma Jemima's stainless steel imported ganja dipped voodoo doll needles. Available solely at Fred's Discount Voodoo Emporium. If you want them dead, come and see Fred for Grandma Jemima's stainless steel ganja dipped voodoo doll needles on special.
Don't forget about that deer tick ointment.
Oh yeah, can't forget about the deer tick ointment.
And what about that test, that 05 test of your amplifier?
That's right. Oh man, that's right. This is the month of May. That's right. It's a new month, so if you stop over today at the 05 Institute of Amplifier Repair Technology, we will not just fry one amplifier, but we'll do two for the price of one. That's right, 2 fried amplifiers for the price of one. At the 05 Institute of Amplifier Repair Technology, where our motto is, if you buy it, we will fry it.
Speaking about amplifiers, Fry, I think I smelt one my little transistorized amplifier the other day. Didn't smell right. I turned it off. I'm like, no, don't tell me. I hate that smell.
Ooh, that smell.
Why did you ever buy a SoCal?
Can't you smell that smell?
Should have left it in there. What you think, Olaf? Must have been a floater.
Well, I do have a bottle of Lucas smoke that you can put back into the magic harness.
Lord Lucas, the Prince of Darkness.
What's going on, Double D? What's going on, Double D? Thought positively I heard Double D there.
I thought so too.
He's busy with his floaters.
Them things might be drifting around, fool around and rise up instead of go down.
Yeah.
Look out.
Toilet is a giant
Look out.
and when you sit on the seat, you turn it on, and it sucks your butt cheeks to the seat and everything.
There's this rooster checking in. Oh, all right. Hello, Rooster. Is that right? Is that right, Chuck? Is that how it worked? They have some sort of mechanism or something that, help you out with that situation?
Yeah, the vacuum simulates gravity, so when you sit on it and you turn it on, the vacuum holds you in place, and then whatever you release goes down the pipe.
See that, guys? That was an intelligent question that I came forth with. Turns out somebody did think that thing over and engineer something to make it work for you. You probably have to use a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, pretty much. You just gotta maneuver that little butt into the right place there. And
Hello, Rooster. Hello, Rooster. Hello, Night Train. Hello, everybody else.
I wonder if it has more than one handy application.
you better say that again when you like stop giggling.
That's pretty funny.
We couldn't hear you, though, Pete.
Joke so we can laugh too.
I heard him.
To Does the vacuum toilet have more than one?
Well, what do you expect them to do up in space, man? You know, you gotta vacuum it somewhere.
It has more than one practical application.
Well, sure. Number one and number two.
Yeah, and yep. I bet it does more than that.
Oh. Number one, number two, and a happy ending.
Chuck's following along. Ugh. Holy hell.
Yes, it's the comedy hour on Classic Radio Roundup.
It just struck me funny. I had the thought and I couldn't get it out.
Cut it a happy ending.
I had the thought and I couldn't articulate it. Oh man, that was funny, at least in my mind.
They probably flush it outside, and then it's a floater forever.
Yeah, it becomes, one of the thousands of particles of space junk that we leave up in orbit.
Perpetual flotation.
Yeah, you wonder about it. What was that that hit me in the windshield?
Oh no, turds from space.
And then they have a technical name. Some scientists get a hold of it, and he's going to break it down and analyze it.
Oh no, turds from space.
Look, Mom, a meteorite. Don't pick it up.
Yeah, some alien world, right? You know, you think they got a meteorite. No, just a turd.
Space debris.
Junk splatter.
Oh no. Yes, when the feces hits the rotary oscillator, there's bound to be trouble.
That guy's never heard it put more professionally.
Well, you know, this is a PG-rated channel. We don't want Mrs. Train getting upset.
That is so funny, man.
You never heard it put like that before?
No.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then you could do it in French too, when the merde hits the ventilateur.
What is that? Is that a piece of corn?
No, that's French.
Yeah, corn is nature's tracer bullets.
Ah, that's French.
Yeah, they're also tracer bullets.
French tracer bullets. Oh.
I think that's how the colonel got his name.
Colonel Sanders?
Oh.
Yeah, he's more like a chicken kind of guy.
I think it was more to do with the army than with corn.
That's kind of corny.
That's kind of funny. Got me giggling over here. Everything's damn funny.
Well, we aim to please. Although sometimes we miss and, you know.
We aim to please. Will you please aim?
Then you got tracer corn. Help you better aim.
We aim to please, and you're my target.
Classic Radio Roundup, where fecal matters.
Oh, God.
Oh, man, what are you trying to do? Insinuating that we're all kind of crappy? What, do we run crap?
It's all started with Train and his number 2 in a vacuum.
It's fixated on number 2 there for some reason. I don't know. Might be some deep-rooted psychological. It's time to get Sigmund Freud out here.
It was just a thought, man. I was thinking about that vacuum tube up there, and you know, you can bust the glass, and the tubes still work, and I'm thinking, man,
Yes, the tubes are working. Oh my God, the electrons are flowing, and oh my God, I gotta go to the bathroom. I mean, I'm not quite sure how you made that transition there, but hey.
Well, you know, that's how those comedians do. I heard this one comedian, he said, Turkey. He said, Turkey ought to just attack Canada. Nobody would see that coming.
No, probably not. Turkey and back bacon. What a combination. Put a little mustard on it and you got a real meal.
There you go. He catch it quick enough, he get a warm meal.
And 6 hours later, it's another number 2.
That's right. There's the bottom line again, right here on 27115.
Right back to number 2.
We'll have to move our channel to 2 now, I guess.
Who do you work for? Number 2.
He's a really crappy boss.
There's been a lot of giggling going on here tonight. What's going on here?
Hey, man, we're just trying to stay happy, promote a positive, positive attitude in the face of all this nonsensical corona nonsense.
Could be Breaker 22.
Oh, no. Too many 2s.
Yeah, that's 1, 2 too many.
Speaking of breakers on 2 2s and all, there's going to be another one of those Rare Bear check-ins. I think it's going to be on the 16th of this month, which I believe is a Saturday. So he's going to park up at Happy Valley again, and everybody's going to, shout at him.
I didn't get no memo on that one.
Yeah, I got the 411 on that from somebody. I forget who now.
Yeah, I saw it on Faceplant.
Hey, Renegade. No, you got me feeling uninformed here.
I could have sworn I did. Hold on, I'm going to send you one.
TN4.
Of course, I won't be around, so I won't be able to participate. Then again, I might have my truck with me. Ooh. From the Pocono Mountains.
He'll probably hear you in your truck at the right spot up there. No problem. From Happy Valley, yeah.
Oh yeah, I talked back to Skeeter, and you too, from a spot up there.
Yeah.
I remember that. Hey, Bagger, yeah, that would be a nice little trip to make.
Yep, that's doable.
70 miles. And I done did it already.
Yep, you did. To the volcano crater.
Yeah, I heard. I did it twice. Once was on Channel 13, and I talked to Skeeter. There's too much skipping there for many others. And then I did it on 10 meters. And that's why I talked to you on the snub web.
Man, where is Skeeter?
I don't know, but he's around, just not here.
I like a month or so, or maybe 2. I ran into him. He was mobile. I ran into him mobile, but I haven't run into him on his base in a long time.
He's been playing around with a little motorcycle that he was fixing up again. I saw him post a video on Faceplant.
Yeah, he took one of them Chinese engines from 50 cc's to like 87 cc's or something like that.
It wasn't a Chinese engine. I think it was a real Honda. It said Honda on the side plate.
Oh, well, you gotta watch, because there's those Chinese are copying them Honda engines just like the same.
Oh, that sucks. Damn Chinese, man, they're messing up everything.
Yeah, I was told that this coronavirus is actually a Chinese invention.
Yep, and grown in a lab. Somebody went out to make a number 2, and then it got released.
Hey, Roger, see that?
Right back to
That
number
was
2.
floating around.
Right back to number 2.
Well, you know what they say. Look out for number 1, but don't step in any number 2.
Break 1, 2. Break 1, 2.
1, 2 plus 1. Break 1, 2 plus 1. Well, now that it's broken.
My buddy never came back.
Yeah, he was in here. He talked to me, so I guess he's not mad at me.
Well, he kind of talked around you.
Yeah, no, he did wind up talking to me, so I'm not guilty of association.
Terms and conditions may apply.
He made it a point to say hello to you, though.
I didn't do nothing bad to him. Thank you, John. I got that.
I do nothing bad to him. It was Sandbagger that was mean.
Yeah, that was mean. Mean and rotten.
Ain't old sandbagger.
Yeah. Just you know. Arr.
I've known you to be many things over the 30 years I've known you, or maybe 28 years, whatever it is, and mean was never one of them.
Well, that's good. You should tell my wife that, though.
Or she thinks you're mean, too?
Well, you know, depends on the time of the day.
He was known to put a number 2 out there, though.
My wife has never said I was mean. She just says I'm a dick sometimes.
Well, that's kind of the same thing. Well, maybe not. Different reasons.
I don't mean to be mean. I am what I am.
Yeah, I'm just one of those, sarcastic kind of guys.
Yeah, me too. Like, everything is subject to lampooning. Everything.
That's right.
And if you can't take it, well, better put a pair of big boy pants on. That's my story.
Well, you know, it's all in fun, man.
No, you weren't. No, it wasn't. Nope, you were just being mean.
I'm gonna go off and sulk now.
Go spend 15 minutes in the corner.
Mean old bagger.
Sunday, you have to go into confessional. I don't think that was one of the listed sins, was it? Being mean?
No, actually not. Well, it depends on the definition of mean. I mean, if you cause irreparable harm to somebody, I guess that could be considered a sin.
Yeah, but no, I mean, you weren't physically abusive. You just said some hurtful things.
No, I just said one thing. It was taken the wrong way.
And it was hurtful.
Oh, man.
Somebody down there in Florida, man, taking it over, man, while you guys are trying to figure out what the definition of malicious is.
Well, they can lay down in the cat box down here.
Malicious. Malicious, huh?
Is that like Maleficent?
Malfeasant? Yeah, I can't even say that word. Malfeasant?
Malfeasant? Malfeasant?
Malfeasance?
Yeah, TikTok.
See you, bye. If Coleslaw would peep up out of his grave and see how they're behaving on 6, he'd roll back over in his grave, man.
Yeah.
3,000 watts, 4,000 watts, more than that. Amplifiers, melting antennas. Coleslaw ain't know nothing about all that stuff. He probably had a DNA radar or a phantom.
Probably a Phantom.
That's the big one, right?
500 water.
Yeah, that'd probably be about it. And he was on top of the world with that rascal.
Yeah, he had that duck plugger keyed up. Let me crack open his duck plugger.
That's right.
Yeah, he probably had a Phantom or maybe a Maverick. I don't know. Back then, if you had 500 watts, you were like, Lord God King.
Yeah, he was on top of the world with that thing.
Yeah, I mean, you have a moonraker on top of that building that he was in, and then, throw a couple of 100 watts behind it, and look out.
Looky here.
500 watts was a lot back in the 70s, wasn't it?
Oh,
That
hell
was
yeah.
extreme in the 70s.
Yeah, that was the FCC kind of chase you down.
500 watts ain't nothing to sneeze at now, to be honest. I mean, I know people are going well beyond that, but I think that's where your average user winds up in that neighborhood.
Well, yeah, because it gets exponentially more expensive to get, very much higher than that.
Once you reach that first 500 watts or so, I mean, you get beyond that to make any real difference. You're talking big money.
Yeah, I mean, you want to go up another S unit after you're already doing 500 watts. You got to go to 2,000 watts, and that's carrier power.
500 watts is expensive enough.
Yeah. Of course, there's a difference now between 500 watts carrier and 500 watts peak. Those DNA Phantoms would do 500 watts carrier, but they didn't have enough headroom to really. You couldn't get 2 kilowatts out of it peak, so they were a little mushy at 500 watts. But you run on lower power and 200 watts or something, and you got it going on then.
I can get 500 carrier out of my A pill, but I'm not getting the 2K.
No, if you can't get 2K, then you can't do 500 watts carrier.
Yeah, I can. Watch your S meter. There's 500 watts. 500 watts on the carrier, but I probably don't have the headroom to support it.
Well, that's what I mean. If you can't do 2 kilowatts peak, then you can't do 500 watts carrier and keep your 4-to-1 ratio.
How does it sound? Does it sound bad? Ooh, I'm back swinging too. Yep.
Yeah, see, that's too much.
What's it sound like?
Sounds like you need to back off.
It's starting to sound a little tiny bit rough around the edges. It's not real bad, though. Not as bad as some of them duck pluckers used to be.
That's back to where I normally run. That's fire chicken power right there.
Yeah, that's more better.
But that leaves me with lots and lots of headroom.
You're giving me 35 over the other way.
I get 2,300 out of my Henry 3KA on sideband. And in the manual it says 300 watt carrier.
Wow, man.
Them the 250 TH tubes I had, that would do 300 watts of carrier.
How much can you get out of an 8 pill?
Yeah, 12 to 1500. I don't push it past 12.
Wow. Yeah, that's about right.
Are you double D?
Henry is 39.
Oh, here, double D out there yet.
Oh, that's Rooster?
Yeah.
You're starting to sound like double D, man.
That was Rooster earlier you thought was double D.
Yeah, he's doing double D kind of stuff.
Next he's gonna sound like Night Train.
Hey, I hear somebody out there calling me. Hold on just for a minute, guys.
10-4.
Who's that calling Night Train? Come on. Terrorizer, Rare Bear, Mobile, Essington, Pennsylvania. Sounding good, man. Yeah, I got you in here, Rare Bear. No strain, no pain. Kick it on back and tell us how y'all doing. Terrorizer, Rare Bear. We just got the memo tonight about the 16th. Hopefully we'll do it again. Rare Bear, sounding good down there in Essington. Night Train Base Station, Pottstown. I'm back on the side. Channel's clear.
How about it, Rare Bear? How about it, Rare Bear? Countywide. Countywide.
What's on the 16th?
Rare Bear is doing a roll call.
Up on the hill.
Yeah, like he did before. Did you catch that when he did it before?
Yeah, was that like 6 months ago?
I don't know if he did one 6 months ago. I know he did one last month.
Yeah, last time I heard he was up there was probably, I don't know, 2-3 months ago, maybe longer.
Well, anyway, yep. That's what he's doing, going up top of the hill and play radio for a few hours and checking as many CB radio operators as he can.
He records that on YouTube also.
Yeah, it's only 3 miles behind my house.
You could check in with a walkie-talkie.
Yeah, I could try that.
You don't live all that far from Beezer then, do you?
Oh, heck, we got all that number 2 stuff on a video game.